All right, so here's a second video on what I'm looking for when I am grading the SAW project here. And this is using the project checklists here. And I'm maybe adding to these in time, but I have a link right there on Blackboard that should bring you here where you can review it. You can even download it and make your own checklist here. So for example, so here we have the rivet. And for each one of these, I've got some things that are consistent. So is it saved with your name and the file name? If you don't make a practice of doing the very first thing, which is opening up a project or a part and saving it right away with your name and the file name, and you choose to do it later after you put it into an assembly, it can cause a lot of problems. Do that right off the bat. All right, I should have said that earlier, but here you go. But if you do have to change the name to have your name in the file name, then do it within SolidWorks. So you want to do, oops, you want to go to File, Save As, and do a Save As here with everything that that refers to it. So drawings, assemblies, all that kind of stuff. So that anything that refers to it learns its new name. All right. So don't change it in your folder in the operating system, because you'll have lots of headaches there. Might have to redo it. All right. So did you follow the video carefully, or did you just skim through it? Make sure you do it at the steady 1x pace. Don't try to speed it up. And make sure you use headphones, that you're listening to all sorts of stuff, because there's a lot of information that I give in audio. Did you go to ANSI and make it ANSI dimensioning? What do I mean by that? All right. So go to here, options, document properties, overall drafting standard, ANSI, right there. So document properties, drafting standards, ANSI. Make sure you're using that. All right. Then did you use a single sketch? Okay, so this is specific to the rivet. Single sketch, I mentioned that. Sketched only half the outline. All right, you'll see what that is in the other videos. Only half the outline, because otherwise you're gonna run into problems. So I'm sure you only did that if you actually got to this point. Just the dimensions shown. Did you use just a single revolved feature? And is that sketch fully defined? I talked about that. So see that sketch right there, that symbol right there? That means it's fully defined. The minus sign, as you found out, means that it's not fully defined. So I want to make sure that that's done. Okay, blade, same thing, file name. Did you follow the video carefully? Anti-dimensioning, only dimensions shown. All right, and then no errors for the sketches. And I have some examples of that here. Okay, there's that underdefined thing. That's what we're talking about here, making sure that it's properly defined. This is the selected contours thing I went into in the other videos. And you don't want those. All right, so make sure that you have all of your sketches and they look like this. Well, it's okay to have them blue or have the little hand under them, but it's not okay to have it like this. All right. Okay, so I mentioned for the blade, second tooth cut is used. Linear pattern is used and shows 130 instances and got that chamfer right. And when I say all required relations, that covers all sorts of stuff with the rest of the sketch of the original Boss Extrude. Same thing with the handle here, it's the usual stuff. And then did you use a lot of that symmetry and all those common dimensions and those 2x's? I mean, it might not show 2x, but I use that to indicate that that's happening, and make sure those are made equal and so on. Again, no errors for the sketches. Mid-plane, I've mentioned that in the video. Is the slot centrally located? Mentioned that. Fillets on all the edges, but not on the holes. I didn't show that there, but make sure there are no fillets on the holes. That happens sometimes when someone selects just the face. So you have to unselect the face and just select the edges. And I mentioned how the fillet scheme needs to make sense. Okay, the rivet drawing went into that. Oh yeah, that's another way of working. I forgot to mention that before. You can use this little thing called rotate view. If you're if this comes up sideways going horizontally, just click this rotate view thing and it'll come up vertically. It'll be nice. So the usual ones here: creative views vertically. Did you use this annotation model items to generate dimensions? Yeah, all of them except that 71. Notice how that 71 comes up gray and the other ones are dark. Nice straight up black. So you'll see that for those reference dimensions, or sorry, not the reference dimensions, for the dimensions not made with annotation model items. Okay, we talked about the angle dimension in the video. Let's place center lines and marks. And there's that reference dimension. Talked about the witness lines, crossing lines, want to minimize that, and everything as neat as possible. Then for the assembly, pretty simple. Name, followed video carefully. Are all of them, all the proper parts assembled? Notice how I show how fixed is okay and those minus signs there are okay, but it's not okay to have minus signs on the saw blade. And did you only use 7 mates? Okay, so this checklist here is for you to use, and there's a link in Blackboard that will bring you to that. I don't know if you can see this, but I just have one for the saw at the moment, but I'll have others up for the other projects as well. All right, so I hope this helped, and good luck. And again, let me know if there's anything missing from these videos that you want me to add in. It's not always easy, but I'll do what I can.